This is Jonathan Agger here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Gareth A Davies at the final press conference for Artur Beterbiev against Anthony Yarde. Gareth, you've added a job title this week working with Top Rank. How are you finding that?
Well, yeah, it's not anything I haven't done before, but it's great fun. I'm working with very professional people. Top Rank's an amazing outfit, has been for many years, and yeah, it's nice to be asked to step in and do some interviews for them and just do some bit of presenting of the in and out of the fight week. Yeah, it's great fun. I've known all of them a very long time. I've known Bob for nearly 30 years, and Brad Jacobs and Peter Dowd, who I'm working with, the camera guy, is great, and Alex back at Top Rank in Las Vegas. Yeah, it's great to be working with them. I will say I did a sit down yesterday with Artur Beterbiev, and to witness it firsthand when you're actually getting time with a Top Rank fighter, man, he's a tough interview. He's a fantastic interview. I would love to sit down with him and do it in his own language with a translator, because I think he'd be amazing. I think he's got an amazing story, that guy. He's a very special man, incredibly modest, and he's a nice, cool killer, as they both are, really. I mean that in the right term, in terms of killer.
Well, tell me what you see from this fight on Saturday. A lot of people don't think this goes past around 4 rounds. What does Anthony Orr bring that, for example, Joe Smith didn't?
Self-belief, experience, the right kind of power. I think he's got more power than Joe Smith Jr. and he's going to use educated pressure. He's been through a world title loss and disappointment before against Sergei Kovalev in Russia. He's in his own backyard. He's talked about legacy. He cannot wait for this moment. He's up against the best guy in the division. It's a great moment. He's happy as well. You've noticed him happy all week. He's a phenomenal guy, does all his talking in the ring, doesn't need to get emotional, They both talked about having nerves, which I've enjoyed talking to them both this week, how they control it and how they turn it into excitement and how they love it. Beterbiev told me yesterday in that sit-down interview that if he could have his life over again, he wishes he wasn't a boxer, because he doesn't actually like hurting people. 18 fights, 18 knockouts, 18 wins. I mean, what an extraordinary thing to say. He doesn't want his sons to box. I said, what about them box? They want to be like daddy. And he went, no. Judo is about the limit I'm going to let them do. Brilliant, brilliant guys. And Anthony Yarde's such a gentleman. Both of them are. That's what we saw today. The intensity of the stare down. They don't talk with their mouths and trash talk each other. They do all their talking with their fists. We may get a 4 to 6 round Hagler Hearns on Saturday night if they both explode. It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait for it.
Certainly looks that way. Just, I know you're on limited time, Gareth, so just a couple things away from this fight.
12 seconds.
2 minutes 8 now. But anyway, Anthony Joshua looks like Jermaine Franklin's next. Eddie Hearn says if he loses to Franklin or whoever the next opponent is, that his career could be over. Do you agree?
Well, I don't know about over, but he's got a lot to repair in his career. Jermaine Franklin's a really good opponent. I expect Anthony Joshua to knock him out in 5 or 6 rounds, to be aggressive and ebullient under Derek James, his new trainer, and then go on and fight Dillian White in the summer. Go and fight Dillian White. We all want to see that fight. And if he can knock out Dillian White, which he'll want to do, there's great enmity between the pair. Then he's got a big fight ahead of him. Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury, Joe Joyce, Deontay Wilder, any one of those. But for me, at this stage in his career, knowing what I do about boxing, 2 spectacular knockouts put him back up to the top of the tree. But we need to see that self-confidence and belief back.
Joe Gallagher said to me, why is he taking basically a warm-up fight when he could have just fought Dillian White now? Why does he need one before?
Well, he's got a long DAZN contract and they probably want to long out his career in many ways. And, you know, he does need to get back to winning ways. A lot of jeopardy in every fight he has, but there's a lot of jeopardy in the White fight, and it builds towards the White fight. They probably want to put in a stadium, whereas I understand they're going to the O2 Arena with the Franklin fight. So you're building. He's fallen down the snake. Now he's got to climb the ladder again.
Final question, Gareth. Bit away from sort of the boxing chat, but Billy Joe Saunders, we anticipate his return later this year. He did put out a conversation which appeared to be private with Ben Shalom. What did you make of that? Have you managed to speak to Ben or Billy about this?
No, I haven't yet. I think we need to make sure that there's veracity in that, and that because it's just a tiny quote out of context in a private conversation that they've had. So I don't want to comment on the specifics. I haven't spoken to Ben Shalom about it, and I haven't spoken to Billy about it. I do want to see Billy back, and I want Ben Shalom to prosper as a promoter. So, it looks foolhardy, but we all have private conversations that we would not want put out in the public. So that's all I'm going to say on that for now.
Well said. Gareth, appreciate your time. Enjoy the fight on Saturday night. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.